Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So today I am going to redo one of my old videos where I attempted to extract the gold from gold liquor. So this time we have Goldschlager, and there's much less gold in this one compared to my last video. If you guys want to see the original one, that video is like 2 years old. It's real bad production and everything. And I did a lot of steps in order to extract the gold. Today we're going to do it very simply. We're just going to filter it off and weigh it up like everybody wanted me to do to begin with. Now the hardest part about recovering the gold from this thing, doing it this way, without firing it down and extracting it with chemicals, is that the gold itself is very thin and the slightest gust of wind is going to blow this stuff away. But we're going to attempt to weigh it up anyway at the end, so I hope you guys enjoy the video. So hopefully this video helps satisfy everybody that watched me do all those different processing steps in the first video to make a solid chunk of gold. All we're going to do is we're going to filter this bottle of Goldschlager off through a paper towel. Now you might be able to notice that there's only a small amount of gold in here. It might not even be weighable. It cost me $15, and yeah, the Goldwasser had a lot more gold in it. So let's just go ahead and pour this through this paper towel filter. That. It's all like crystallized sugar. You can start to see some of the gold here getting filtered off. A lot of people want to know if this is really gold. Yes, it actually is gold. Gold is extremely malleable. You can take a 1 ounce gold coin and flatten it to be like 5 meters. That's how malleable gold is. So each one of these little pieces of gold here, it probably won't even make a difference on the scale if this stuff is so light. But we'll let this drip off, we'll collect the gold, and we'll try to weigh it up. So before I wash this stuff off, just take a look at how thin this really is. It just tears at the slightest touch. We'll go ahead and spray it into a gold pan. And that's what it looks like. Again, this stuff just floats around. Look at how thin that is. It is real gold. This stuff is flattened so thin that it probably weighs almost nothing. It actually does look like a lot of gold in the pan here, but in reality, it's just a small amount. Now that paper towel was not the best filter in the world, so there's a few pieces of gold in here that I have to extract before funneling this stuff back into the bottle. About 5 or 6 little pieces of gold came through the filter. I could have prevented that using a coffee filter, but I don't have any coffee filters. Now that we have all the gold extracted, it's time to dry it off and weigh it up. So now we're just going to pour off any residual water without letting the gold go through, hopefully. The gold just wants to float. Now this is soapy water, however the gold is so thin it just wants to float around. I'm gonna take my time, get off as much water as I can. I got a better idea. Alright, so my idea is to get all the gold in the 1/2 of the pan, and take a paper towel and just let the paper towel soak up all the water, so I don't have to fight with it. It's working. Even doing this is extremely difficult. I think the last option is to take it down to the heat gun and just evaporate the water off. Then the real trick is going to be collecting all that dry gold and getting it onto my scale plate. Alright, here I have my old trusty, rusty heat gun, and we're going to put it on low. I just saw one little piece of gold fly off from the heat gun, so that's as far as we can go with that. It's like, I don't know. I think our only option here is to maybe scrape it off or go to chemical extraction like I originally did. Let's go ahead and try to scrape it off with something, I guess. All right, so I just have a razor blade. Hopefully this can scrape this stuff off of here. Not really. Yeah. If you guys want to see this done the right way using chemicals, check the link in the description, because this way is pretty much impossible. You see what's happening here? It's just like whatever I scrape, it's like, I mean, I'm getting plastic with it and everything else, I think. That one came up. You can see what I'm getting on the blade. I am getting some gold. All right, I'm gonna continue working on this and I'll keep you updated with my progress. All right, well that process did not work. I'm starting to get plastic and stuff in there, so this stuff is just like, it's stuck to the pan. I wouldn't be able to get 100% of it off of there unless I use chemicals, and that's probably what I'm gonna end up doing, is using mercury to clean this pan of all the gold. If you guys are wondering the value on it, I would say probably about 30 cents worth of gold, if that, maybe a quarter US dollars. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys would like to see the correct way to do this, definitely check the links below. Now there is another way that I could have done this. I probably could have, now the first time I did this back in 2017, I just filtered it off, added mercury, processed the mercury with nitric acid, and then fired it down, and we ended up with a solid chunk of gold. Doing it this way, you can see that it's just unrecoverable on the pan here. There's a small pile of gold and plastic up here that I scraped away. One way that you could probably do it is filter it off in a coffee filter, but first weigh the coffee filter, filter off your gold, and then weigh your filter again. And then the difference is gonna be the weight of your gold. But you're still gonna have to deal with this, you know, unmanageable gold leaf stuff. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that. I put out a new video every week. That's all I got for today. Thanks for watching.